Are you ready for part 2 of Projects on the Go? We started last week. We introduced a new block of the month that we were doing that are nice small wool projects that you can take if you're going on vacation or if you have to go places, but you're going to be sitting there for a while. So really nice projects, which we'll talk about those again at the end of the video. But we wanted to talk to you about a few more that we came up with over the week. So most of these are wool, but we do have at the end, if you're not into wool thing, but if you want to try wool, these are really good projects to start with. And we're going to start off with these two. This is new patterns from the Woolen Needle. Gosh, I almost forgot there. So they're just cute little pin cushions, and they're just so quick and easy. So you've got the little sheep pin cushion. And we have the Cosmos pin cushion. And you can see there's already actually a needle in there because I was using it the other
Ta-da.
day. And it was funny because when we were putting these together, I mean, the wool applique is basic. You can see it's really basic.
So if you're trying to teach somebody, perfect project.
Right. Good for kids. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the whole point behind it. We do have a wool tutorial under the tutorials on the website that you can go to and look for if you want to get started. But it was interesting when we were making these, Teri came up with a very good idea. I know that doesn't happen often. Yes, you did.
Oh, okay.
Normally when we do pin cushions, we do an inner bag that holds, because we stuff our pin cushions with crushed walnut shells, because they keep your needles and your pins sharp, but they don't absorb water, so it's not going to allow them to rust. So she came up with a good idea. Rather than making that inner bag, what we did is we put some of our Shape Flex, which is one of the products that we sell on our website. It's an interfacing, a fusible interfacing. We lined both sides, the front and the back, and that did not allow any of the walnut shells to migrate out. So it worked really well. You didn't have to make the inner bag because it was kind of all in one when we did it. Now, one thing when I do pin cushions too, because as you can see, these guys are round. It is miserable than heck to leave a space open. Hang on, we'll be right back.
Yeah, Marty, do you want to? Yeah, I will talk about that real quick. So what we do is instead of, oh, there it is. I'm trying to do this too. Instead of leaving an opening on the side like they normally would tell you to do, what we do is we sew it all the way around. And then on the back, we do a slit. So you stuff it all in there, and then what we do then is we make up another little quick applique, and we applique that over top of your little slit. Your slit doesn't show, and your outside ring is as close to perfect as you can get it. So it really, again, it's just a whole lot easier to do that than try to close that rope, especially once it's full with walnut shells. That just is not a very good idea. So that's how we do our closures on our pin cushions. And Marty is hurrying back, so we will go to the next thing. So that would be our pin cushion portion of the program. So
you showed them the back of the other one?
Yes, I did.
Throw something on top of it to cover it all up.
Yes, I did.
So then the other ones that we were going to show you is a series that As the Crow Flies did, whatever. And they're just cute little things. You can
you hold it up?
Make these quick and simple. And you can do different things with them. This one, which was called Be Kind, and actually, because she did the words be kind here, and actually I was going to put be free, and I forgot to do it.
Oh.
But I thought it would fit the season. But it was really quick and easy. Once I got the applique done, I layered it up with a little bit of batting and a backing, and I just did a quick little around the design just to hold everything together. It was I made sure that when I trimmed it up, that I made sure that it was just one binding strip, because I didn't want to piece it. Sewed it on by machine, which you can go back. We've showed you how to do that before. Mm-hmm. And then when I flipped it over to the front, or before I put it on, I took some of my wonderful rickrack, because I did not want to make hang tags, and just basted them into the spot. And then when I brought them around, you can have hang tags. So you could put a little thing like this on here. And I also went over and I thought it would be really cute too. We have these little clippy hangers that we also have. And these work really well too if you don't want to put hang tags in at all. Except they're not going to cooperate with me this morning. So you can also hang them just very simply like that. And this is good for if you're going to give it to somebody because then they know what to do with it. You know, it's really quite simple. I wish they would make them with a little star rather than just the circle on the top.
agree.
But they didn't ask me. So anyway, so that's one of them, and it was called Be Kind. We are going to do kits for these on the website.
The hangers won't be included.
Hangers will not be included. It will be everything for the top, the back, the piece of binding, which you can either make it into a little wall hanging or not. That's up to you. But no, any of the hangers, or like for this one for Bloom, this was just a simple frame from the dollar store. Very
Literally
simple
the
frame.
dollar store, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, this is real, again, quick and easy. If you want to make it for somebody that doesn't have wall space, that they just have, you know, a little table that they could put it on. But the applique part of this is so not a time suck for you. It is just so simple and easy to do. So this one obviously was called Bloom. All of the kits for these four, what did we decide on? $10 kits.
Yes.
Yeah, $10 kits on all of these guys. And then this one you can see is still in
We're
progress.
deciding what to do with
This one is called Radial Flyer. But you can look at the stitching. I mean, it looks like, oh my gosh, I have to stitch all of those flowers down. No, this was a little V, French knot with, you know, just some lazy daisies thrown in there. I mean, it really was very simple. Now, on this one I did, because the designer had originally meant these to go in frames. I did extend the grass piece out, because if I wanted to do this more as like a pillow maybe, then I wanted it to come out a little bit farther. So just kind of keep things like that in mind. And then this is one of the last one, and this one is in progress. This one is called Summer Lovin'. Don't know why, but, and then she has on here, you could either put like mom or friend or sister. I'm just going to put Bloom on
There you go.
Because, I mean, think of something that, depending on who you're giving to. So again, this one is in progress. I will probably crop it. Who knows what this will grow up to be. So these are just some, again, quick little projects for you to do. We decided, yeah, the kits on those were going to be 10. What did we decide the kits on the pin cushions were going to be?
Weren't they going to be 10 also?
Yeah, I'm not going to say, but we were going to include the walnut shells in with them, so you had everything for the project
Except for thread.
Except for thread. This is your honey bunny.
Speaking of thread?
Speaking of thread.
Oh, okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to carefully,
buttons.
carefully turn the...
Oh, let me have this guy. All right, let's see if we can do this successfully without getting the people ill.
We're trying to, oh no, my cat head fell off. Oh no.
Well, I didn't show it, so it didn't happen.
All right, so let me put it on. Okay, so a couple of the
Let
projects.
me put my head on.
What? Yes.
Let me put my
A
head
couple
on.
of the projects that I did this week, I have wanted to do this since we got the pattern in, whenever that was. This is a pattern put out by So Creative.
So cherished.
So Cherished. I'm sorry, So Cherished. Put my glasses on so I know what I'm doing. Okay, now they're all sweaty. This is the pattern. So what you got in here is the pattern for both of these cats, both sizes of them. And what they are is an exercise in a little bit of crazy quilting.
That's why they're called Crazy Cat.
Yeah, I did not have a chance to put the cat head on, so I'm going to just show you. So you've got the different pieces of wool, and I will be very honest with you. I started with the little guy, and my hardest time with this was deciding what color threads to use, just because that's the way I am. So when I got to do the big guy, I said, you know what, I'm going to solve that problem. I picked one thread that had a lot of variegation and a lot of variation, and I did one thread only on the whole thing.
Is that called cheater, egg beater?
No, it's not. It's called an efficient use of your time.
Okay.
Now, the nice thing about these two guys, too, is So Cherished started this. Remember we've talked before about Transfer-Eze? We've talked about that ad nauseum, that we love and adore it. What she did in this pattern, which was so smart of her, you've got all your pattern sheets with all your pieces. And then what she includes, as I get them out of here, wrestle them, she gives you 2 sheets of Transfer-Eze with all of these stitches on them. So, yeah, so all I did on these is I pieced together, oh, there goes the head again. I'm so sorry, Kat. So for example, what you do is you sew these 4 pieces onto a base, like a interfacing. And then she explains how you do it. And then you would cut one of these strips, you lay it on there, you stitch through it. You cut another piece, you lay it on, you stitch through it. It's wonderful. You don't have to sit there and decide what stitch am I going to use. So then when you're all done, again, we go back to you rinse it with warm water, lukewarm water, you lay it on the towel, and it's done.
Which, do you want to address that a little bit? Because
Oh,
remember
yeah, we
got the
did have a
email.
question about that. Yeah, somebody did. What I traditionally do is especially because if you have small pieces, but even big pieces, I run them underwater for a second, and that gives it a second just to start dissolving. I lay out a towel right beside my my sink, and then I go back, lukewarm water, and I just start going like this underneath the faucet. This is going to sound really stupid, but another thing I found really works well is I have one of those faucets that, you know, you pull out and you can put like make it spray, and there's little bumps on the bottom that make it spray. Rub that right on the wool, and those little bumps that the water comes out, that will give it enough abrasion that takes off the starch mix.
See, and I've used a toothbrush.
A
and
soft
that works
toothbrush.
beautifully too.
Yeah, a soft toothbrush. Or sometimes what I do is I just take the fabric. We'll pretend on Marty's. I'll take the fabric and I'll just go like this over top of it. So sometimes it's a little bit more persnickety,
Right.
but if you
That
work
takes
at it
to dissolve it, it
yeah,
just depends.
but it will. And then as soon as it's all dissolved, I just lay it on my towel, nice and flat, and go to bed. And then usually by next morning, it's dry, and
Even if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, you go to bed?
10 o'clock at night. I always do these at night. I'm sorry. I always do these at night. I did that one.
That's a heck of a long nap.
Excuse me. I did this one last night before I went to bed. So anyways, that's how you work the Transfer-Eze, but that's how it works on these little guys. Love, love, love this pattern.
Do you want to also mention the other one that's coming?
Oh, and we've also got another one. It's pumpkins. They're dimensional pumpkins, the same type of thing. It's got the crazy patch wool, and then you do the stitching over top. So that will be coming too.
And then she does the same in there. You'll get the pattern pieces, but then you also get the Transfer-Eze already printed, so that all you got to do is lay it over the seam and stitch them.
Right.
Very cool pattern.
This was another little one that I did this week. If you're all into, and this is such a perfect travel piece, because you have to make all of these little circles, pennies.
Who doesn't
they're
love
called
a
them.
penny? Who doesn't love a penny? I
After
love
this, I
pennies.
was about, I had about had it.
Yeah, you have a short attention
I do
span,
have a
some
short
days.
attention span. But anyways, this, because you had to, basically you took 2 pieces of wool, you fused them together, and then you stitched around each one. There's not a whole lot more to it there. We did add the buttons. We thought that they added a nice little touch. We were going to do stars, but that was a little too much.
It was over the top.
It was
yeah.
over the top. We wanted to go more of the primitive, because that's how we did. We did the creamy wool rather than white, white, white. So this one is called Flag Day, and we're only a week late on that. And we're going to be doing kits for this also, I think. Yes. Okay. So kits for that. So these will all be on the website. So that's that one. And okay. And then we want to talk about another travel thing, because then we're going to move on to EPP. This is the cases that we like to use at home, our art bins. We do sell them. They are on the website. These things are wonderful. You can see everything that you've got. You can keep them in some semblance of an order.
Well, I know you can tuck needles down the side. You can put your needle threaders down the side, which love, love, love the needle threaders.
Yep, we still use our needle threaders. Can't be without
Is mine
them.
in there?
No, but mine is, I don't know.
It is.
Is yours in there?
It's right underneath the yellow.
Oh, you don't have yours on a string though, Marty.
No, I don't, because I don't drop mine down the couch.
These are the
cushions.
needle threaders we use. We would not be without
Not
them.
be
They're
without
from
those
Claire.
guys.
They're wonderful. All right.
They're for threading the pearl cotton.
Yes. So, but then it's also nice to have a little box like this. Now, these are made by Moda, and now I think they only make them in pink.
Yeah.
But these are nice because you can just put just the stuff you need for that project in. Like, I could have fit everything I needed for this in here, and that's all I have to take with me if I'm going someplace.
Oh, and on these small projects, even if you have something like this guy, you can just fold it up and put it in your case. You can put your scissors, your thread, because the pearl cotton fits in those, anything that you need, and you've got it all in one nice little compact, ready to go. Your go bag.
Your
It's
go bag. There we go. Or I've been watching Call the Midwife, and they have to have their pregnancy bags.
Oh, no.
Oh, I
We're
know.
not doing
Okay. This is okay. So now we're just going to talk real briefly, because this is another super, super good as you go project. This is called English paper piecing. Now, we did do a tutorial on this that's a lot more in depth than what we're going to show you now. But these are just, all these are hexagons with English paper piecing. Now, this is not foundation piecing. This is all done by hand. You're talking apples and oranges there. But what we did is we pulled out some patterns that, now this one is just hexagons. And
it's the simplest shape to start with.
yes,
if you haven't,
it
if you haven't
absolutely
learned.
is. It absolutely is. And we talked about this in the tutorial about the tools we like. I love the silk thread for it. One thing I didn't say in the tutorial that I would like to address now because I really did forget it. Marty, I'm sliding over for just a minute.
Am I copying with you?
No, you don't need to.
No, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, we were going to do this quick, though.
I know, I'm going to be quick. One of the things that I did forget to talk about in the tutorial, and I do need to make up for that, because I did tell people what you need to do is you don't take out your paper pieces on the outside edge until you're all done. And I had everybody cut these little holes. And the reason you cut the holes, if you have a pair of hemostats at home, you go in here and you grab that, and that's how you pull the paper out. I feel better now that I've told you that. Sorry, that was really bothering me because I forgot it before. So anyways,
and we cannot afford any more sleepless nights, people. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. So these are some of the patterns we pulled out to give you some ideas. This is one of Lynette Anderson's.
Ooh, big tongue glare.
Oh, sorry. You want me to hold them up?
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so that was
we didn't need these in here.
Spring Bunny, which again, she's doing hexagons with pieced hexagons. So you have the isosceles
Which you don't
triangles
have to.
go with it. Yeah, you could just do those all just regular hexagons, and it would be really cute.
Here's another hexagon one, just hexagons. This one's called Candy Stripe.
Yep.
And again, you could do that in what would that be so cute in Christmas colors?
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back to that one. These are, I don't want to have to.
No, holding them up is good. Right.
Well, I'm just going to go real quick.
Yep. Pole star. Double star. Hexie star. Fan flower.
And
rolling star.
Rolling star, and that's what this is. Now the beauty of these patterns is, and again, if you have not done a whole lot of EPP, English paper piecing, the nice thing about these patterns are the pieces are right in here, and all you have to do is pop them apart and they're ready for you to rock and roll. We do like to punch a hole in the middle, and we talked about that on our tutorial, so you can take a quick minute and look at that. But this is the piece I did, and I'm not quite, I wanted to do Christmas colors because that's just me, and I'm not quite sure, but I was thinking I could just back this, and this could be hung, I don't know where.
In a window.
In a window.
In a window.
Yeah, you could do
anything.
anything.
You could applique it on it. They could be like a, I know people are going to be gassed and agog here, a very adorable pot holder. Not for use, but or a trivet or something like that. I mean, it would be very cute.
Yeah. So
and
anyways,
easy to applique.
And again, this is all handwork. So it's very, very, very portable. Portable and mobile is, I guess, the thing. So that's English paper piecing. So that is that. So those are some of the ideas we came up with. And then we wanted to quick run through, even though we don't have them, because we were working all this week on what we just showed you. We just want to reiterate that we do have, this is the block of the month that we're signing up for people up for now. This is the mini mats. They're not all done, I'm sorry. But these are some of the ones that'll be going. More information is on the website, hopefully, so you can take a peek at that also. I can't think of anything else, Marty. Okay, I guess that's all we need to talk about then. See you next week. Bye.